You guys, I found a 3D shooter on Android. Wait, don't click buy yet.
This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by Thrillist.
Anthony Carboni here from ByteJacker, sneaking into App Judgment's world of app news and reviews with a little gaming action for my hardcore friends. You know, with games like Nova and Archetype and John Carmack's recent Rage demo, the first-person shooter's future is looking pretty bright on the iPhone. But what does Android have in store for the hardcore gamer? I took to the market to find out, and what I came across was battery-powered game's Deadly Chambers, a game that's getting a lot of great reviews on the market and a lot of favorable press on Android blogs. The game tells the story of Dr. Chambers, a scientist held prisoner by a mysterious captor in a series of, you know, deadly chambers. Get it? Anyway, you'll have to fight your way to freedom through 5 different levels in either an over-the-shoulder or first-person view. Along the way, you'll find a whole range of new and different weapons, but you can only equip 3 of them per level, so you'll have to watch your ammo. Play it smart, and you'll also unlock a large number of special achievements. Sounds like all the pieces of a good shooter are there, right? So, how do they fit together? Well, in terms of presentation, Deadly Chambers is kind of a mixed bag, to put it lightly. We were happy to see that the game ran smoothly on all the devices we tried it on, probably due to battery-powered including graphics presets for most handsets. But smooth doesn't mean pretty. The levels are a bit bland and boxy, and the characters are, well, it would be generous to say simple. Everything moves kind of strangely, with characters sliding and twisting awkwardly around the screen. Dr. Chambers runs kind of like one of those puppets from Team America. And am I the only one who's not getting the theme here? You're a scientist with a laser rifle, and you're shooting at knights in a castle. It kind of feels like Battery Powered used whatever 3D models they had lying around and just made a game out of them. Musically, you can turn off the music. And you should. But presentation isn't everything, right? We're in it for the gameplay. When we come back, I'll let you know if Dr. Chambers got his PhD in game mechanics or if it's in some BS like liberal arts.
You know how you have that one friend who always hooks you up with cool new bands before anyone else has even heard of them? Well, Thrillist is like that, but for cool new stuff to do in your city. Thrillist is a free daily email that sifts through the crap to find the best new bars, restaurants, events, and services. Whatever it is, they promise it won't suck. Wouldn't you want to know about a restaurant with cheeseburger spring rolls or an underground tequila library or a Star Wars burlesque show? Plus, Thrillist even got a national version that'll hook you up with scoops on hot new gadgets, gear, and funny sites across the web. Oh, and did we mention that all of this info is free? Hit up Thrillist.com/AJ and you'll start getting Thrillist's sweet knowledge right away.
We're back and we're breaking down battery-powered games Deadly Chambers for Android. And you know, breaking down is a great choice of phrase because gameplay is where this whole thing falls apart. It's not pretty, and while most of the blame falls on battery-powered shoulders, some of it just comes down to the nature of Android as a platform. A shooter lives and dies by its control, and the control here just doesn't cut it. In the over-the-shoulder mode, switching between walking and strafing on the touchscreen takes too long, meaning by the time you try to dodge an attack, you're already hit by it. The touchscreen controls in first-person mode are almost unbearable with a strange trackpad D-pad combo that's slow and poorly designed. Now, keyboard users can customize their controls, but that does not change their response time. And sometimes the control just stops working entirely for a moment, and you get to watch your scientist get beaten up by some weird pogo ball thing while you scream at your phone. The crazy part is that I think it all comes from a good place. I mean, Battery Powered's trying to support as many different handsets as they can. Some of them have multi-touch, some of them have keyboards, some have trackballs. The problem is by trying to include everyone, no one winds up happy here, and all the control schemes feel half-finished and partly thought out. So if you do decide to grin and bear it through the controls, the gameplay is not going to please you. Enemy AI is simplistic and movement is slow. Levels are repetitive. I mean, it's basically get locked in a room, shoot to open the next door, repeat. It's not the most rewarding experience. Breaking down Deadly Chambers, you really see just how much of a mixed bag it is. On the pros, it's a smooth shooter with support for control and play on just about any handset. Unfortunately, The cons are basically in trying to make the game playable by everyone, they wound up with broken control schemes and bland, unfulfilling gameplay. I feel like battery-powered would have been better off by just choosing a few target handsets with the hardware they really needed and polishing the game instead of just going for the widest release possible. This one is definitely a don't download. But wait! Didn't this game get a ton of great reviews? I mean, isn't that how I found it? What's up with that? I will tell you what is up with that. Try to find a decent 3D game in the market and see what you get. Almost nothing. Android gamers are starving here, and I think I get why. With 4 active versions of the OS and all kinds of different hardware out there, it's gotta be hard for the little guys to put out something that works across all phones. And the biggest guys we've got, Gameloft, won't even sell through the Android market, just on their own busted web store that doesn't work half the time. Hopefully now that OpenFaint's on Android and EA's on their way, we'll get a little bit of the quality we deserve soon. I don't know, what do you think about Deadly Chambers and the state of Android gaming? Let me know on Twitter at @Carboni or email us here at appjudgment@revision3.com. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter to get new app reviews 3 times a week. We are looking out for you so you don't get things like Deadly Chambers.